it going on, my Tacticians? Welcome to Tacticians Monday Matches, episode 82! 18 away from episode 100. Honestly, I don't know what I'm going to do for episode 100. But in any case, we got back-to-back battles between me, DoomClash, and me and, let's see, who else was somebody I can't remember off the top of my head. Either way, I used the same strategy for both battles for today's Monday matches, and, you know, with varying levels of success, so, yeah, success, and I'm tongue-twisting myself. In any case, let's start this battle off between me versus DoomClash. He was a new player, or she was a new player. I don't know half the time what you can pick with your avatar. Now, I'm going to be starting off, as always, when it comes to this strategy. You saw me pull this off once before. It's going to be Sylvester and Yara. And my opponent, DoomClash, is leading up with the Necrozma, Nightwing Necrozma, and Lola Ninetales. Now, I'm going to start off with the skill swap here. Try my best to get Sylvester to stay in this fight for as long as possible. I go for the glare here because I thought that the Ninetales was going to be my biggest threat here. Going for the Freeze Dry here, going to be connected onto Sylvester. He's not going to survive that very well, but he is going to at least last long enough to get the eject button off. Now, out comes my Rayquaza. My Rayquaza is now on the field, the big dog off the leash, as it were. But unfortunately, my opponent is not going to give me the same chance with Yara as my previous opponent did, who called me a hacker. He's not going to give Yara the chance. He's going to go straight into the Moongate scheme, finish off Yara before he has a chance to swap that contrary onto my Rayquaza. So, I have no choice. I gotta go for a really protective barrier here. I gotta go for the protect here. I gotta do what I can to give myself as much chance as possible. So I go for another glare here onto the Nightwing's Necrozma. That's gonna be the biggest threat to my team right now. Stone Edge comes out, not able to connect because of the barrier. And Ninetales going for the Dazzling Gleam here, trying to double down and finish off my Rayquaza in one shot. Sylvester takes that Dazzling Gleam, gonna go down. So now I'm down 2 Pokemon before I even laid a scratch on my opponent. Not very good for my part. Now, Elizabeth comes out and it's her turn to shine, so I go for the Mega Rayquaza here. It's the best chance I've got. I can't use my contrary strategy because Yara got knocked out, so I've got no choice. I've got to go for standard play here. I've got to pull off what damage I can. Go for some massive burst here with my Rayquaza. I can go for the Delta Stream now. It is up. Rayquaza goes for the Dragon Claw because I predicted that the Necrozma was gonna, you know, enter Moon, or not Moon, but would burst and would change. But I predicted wrong. Ninetales comes out, is gonna get hit by that. Drop Kick survives. Dazzling Gleam comes out. Thankfully, I didn't go for the Dragon Ascent, so I'm able to survive. But Necrozma gonna go for the Calm Mind setup. I think my opponent predicted that I would double down into Ninetales, but not gonna happen. Now I go for the Extreme Speed here, connecting onto the Ninetales, gonna finish it off. Not gonna give it a chance to attack me, though I don't really think I needed that. But I don't have contrary, so I can't waste my Dragon Ascent. As Drop Kick comes out, gonna connect on the Necrozma. That's gonna be the end of Necrozma. Impy is back into this battle, barely, but I'm back into it at least. Now, out comes Primal Kyogre onto the field, along with Tyranitar coming out as well. Oh my goodness, this is not a battle I really want to fight now without my contrary strategy to pull off. And there comes the Primal Kyogre coming out onto the field. Now, this is where Impy really has to think, really has to dig deep for his moves. Primal Kyogre is a dangerous foe to fight, and it's not something I want to be fighting to begin with. Tyranitar gonna go with the Mega, but because of the heavy rain, it's not gonna be able to get its ability Sandstream to work in this heavy rain, as you'll see here in a second, after the Mega form finishes. And there it goes. Tyranitar not able to do anything because of the sand or because of the heavy rain. Rayquaza going to be protecting here. I think I go for a Drop Kick into the Kyogre. Yeah, Kyogre trying to go for the Ice Beam into me, but I was able to protect. Drop Kick comes out, connects onto Kyogre. That's going to be a Choice Banded Drop Kick that finishes off the Kyogre with a critical hit. Not sure if critical hit mattered, but hey, I'll take what I can get under these conditions. Tyranitar going for the Ice Punch, connecting onto Elizabeth. She did all she could, but at the cost of herself. Down goes my Serena. Now, out comes Primal Groudon this time. Oh boy, this is one out of the fire into the oven, as they say. Now Amy is on the field. There's very little I can do here against both Primal Kyogre and Primal Groudon and Tyranitar. As you'll see here in a second, Groudon going to be setting up this Desolate Land ability, bringing in that heat. Very little Impy can do now. Rayquaza is a physical attacker, but Groudon has stronger physical defenses than Primal Kyogre does. So I go with the Dragon Ascent, trying to connect onto the Tyranitar. Thinking maybe I can do some damage here, but very little effect onto that Tyranitar. And I'm going to lose some defenses there. Very little I can do. Losing some more health because of my Life Orb. Stone Edge comes out, connects onto Rayquaza. He's really gonna survive that. That's the end of my Mega Rayquaza. And as for Amy, well, Stone Edge comes out. Gonna shut Amy down. Reason why I think why DoomClash went for that is because I went for Ally Switch many times before, and so he was doubling down, making sure I couldn't, survive any shenanigans. I go for Faria here. It's my last gasp. I'm trying to go down in a Blazigory, see if I can do anything here. So I go for my Flyinium Z move, Priority Flyinium Z, Supersonic Sky Strike. Gonna go straight into the Primal Groudon. Gonna end this in a blaze of glory at the very least. I get some nice damage, but not able to get any damage off on that Kyogre. Groudon. I am getting my names twisted here. I am sorry. That is the end of Faria, and that is going to be the end of the battle with DoomClash. It was close. I mean, if I had done a little bit more, if maybe Yara had not fainted instantly to the Necrozma, maybe I could have had a chance. But in any case, let's start off another battle. This time it's going to be the same strategy, but this time against Lala. Now, people have seen this strategy in my battle before, and so Lala, when he saw this, when she saw this, she was probably not as surprised, and she had her own strategy to pull off against this. So she goes for Palossand and Snorlax, while I went for Yara and Sylvester Lee. Now, I'm going to go into the skill swap here, as I said. I'm going to skill swap my Contrary onto Sylvester, or from Sylvester onto Yara. Going to Glare and connect onto the Snorlax, because that was the biggest threat to my team at the moment. And Palossand going for the Iron Defense. I'm like, huh? What? What is going on here? I've never seen a Palossand with Iron Defense before. And Stockpile comes out from the Snorlax. So I'm like, okay. I've seen this song and dance before. I see what's gonna happen. So Impy, instead of switching into Rayquaza, I think I do switch into Rayquaza. No, I switch into Elizabeth. Instead of switching to Rayquaza, I instead go for skill swap here again and connect onto Snorlax and tell Snorlax, here, you want to get stats? Well, too bad. Now you're gonna lose those stats. Now, Palossand going for another Iron Defense. It's not going to be very effective for me to fight that thing, because I got mostly physical attackers. I think I got like one special attacker, and it's Amy, my Gardevoir, as Snorlax goes for another Stockpile, and unfortunately loses those defensive stats. So now Snorlax has no choice but to swap out. So I swap out Elizabeth here, connect onto that, and Sylvester going to come back out again. I believe I go for another skill swap here. Gonna connect onto my Sylvester as Salamence comes out. Goes for the Intimidate. And I'm like, okay, that's interesting. So I go for the skill swap again. Gonna connect onto Sylvester. He's doing so well. Palossand, of course, going for another Iron Defense. So this is a game of chess between me and Lala. She knows what I want to do, and I know that she wants to shut me down. So So I'm trying to do some crazy shenanigans. So I go for the Rayquaza here now. I'm thinking, okay, it's safe enough for Rayquaza to come out. At least I thought it was safe enough. Out comes Mega Salamence now, so things are not looking too good for Impy. As Mega Salamence comes out, gonna connect me. Now Palossand, he's gonna go for a Shadow Ball here as I skill swap my contrary onto Rayquaza. Little early on that, as Dragon Claw comes out, connects onto Rayquaza. He's barely gonna survive that, but it's not gonna be good enough because Palossand now doubles down onto Rayquaza, gonna shut down my Rayquaza before I get the chance to use that contrary ability. So I really pushed down into it. Not very good for me. Now Sylvester comes out here. This is where Impy has to be really creative now. I'm stuck into a skill swap. Yara has a choice scarf for the skill swap, so he's stuck into it. So I go for the skill swap here once again. This time I'm swapping my airlock ability from Rayquaza and swap it with Salamence's air ability after Aerialate. There we go. Now that's gonna remove its ability to turn all normal moves and boost the damage of them and turn them into flying types. But it's not going to stop Mega Salamence from being a dangerous threat, so I pull Yara out here. I'm going to send in Elizabeth once again, as I go for the Glare here once again. Sylvester is just here to shut down my opponent as best as possible. Fire Fang comes out, going to connect onto Sylvester. That does a lot of damage to him, but he's got some tricks, and he still has his eject button, so he's able to get out of dodge before anything bad happens to him. Now Yara comes back out, and he's going to be sitting pretty as Shadow Ball comes out, going to connect onto Yara, but he's special defensive, so he's at least able to endure one shot. Though the special defense will make sure he won't endure any other shots. As I go for Charm, this is where Impy shows off his tactics. I'm going to go for the Charm, going to shut down Mega Salamence since I know it's a physical attacker. As I go for Play Rough, going to connect onto the Salamence. And that is going to be shutting down Salamence pretty well. Fire Fang comes out, connects onto Elizabeth, but after that Charm, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. Shadow Ball now comes out again for Palossand, and Yara, he did his best, but he's not going to survive that. Impy is really behind the 8 ball when it comes to this battle. I've shut down one strategy, and I managed to shut down the Salamence, but I'm really losing power on this team. I'm really losing some strength. As Lala swaps out Salamence, gonna bring out the Snorlax again. And without the contrary to shut it down, it's just gonna try and set up those stockpiles again. As I go for Giga Drain here on Palossand, gonna restore as much health as I can. You know, the Palossand has +6 in defenses, so I can't really fight it with Elizabeth. So I've got no choice. I've got to use Sylvester. He's my best bet against the Palossand as it gets the Citrus Berry health. Play Rough comes out, gonna connect onto the Snorlax. I'm Choice Bandit, so I did quite a bit of damage against the Snorlax. And as for Palossand, it's gonna get some more Shadow Ball damage off. And this is where Snorlax reveals its leftovers. And be sitting tall. I don't know what I was about to say there. But Leaf Storm comes out from Sylvester. I've got to make the most of my contrary while I can, so I get a nice Leaf Storm off, increase my special attack. Big Palossand really sad, and Play Rough again from Elizabeth. Now I'm not only just trying to do damage, I'm also trying to reduce Snorlax's physical attacks. If I can weaken the Snorlax as best as I can make it easier to deal with as Snorlax gets another stockpile set up. And things are looking better for Impy. The Snorlax is at +1 for the stockpiles, but it's not going to be dangerous enough to take on yet. Now, Aegislash comes out, and this is where Impy really has to play the mind games. I pull out Elizabeth here. I'm not sure what the Aegislash is going to do. I go for the Leaf Storm connecting onto the Snorlax because I figured that was the biggest threat on my team at the moment. And boy, Impy was wrong. So the Snorlax is down, so Impy is managing to make some kind of comeback. But the Aegislash, definitely not something I want to deal with here. Now, Ursaring comes out, and this is where Impy has to play the game again. Ursaring is not a Pokemon I want to be dealing with. I need to get as much damage as I can onto the Ursaring, as Aegislash goes for a Shadow Sneak here. Where Impy not gonna like this, because Sylvester, he's gonna get one hit KO. That's the, well, not one hit KO, but that's gonna end Sylvester in one shot. And we're gonna go for the taunt here. I figured, what's the worst that could happen? Yep, I learned what could happen. As Ursaring comes out, gonna go for the slash here. Doing so much damage to Faria. And now out comes Amy. So I'm thinking, okay, he won't go for ally switch, or not ally switch, Shadow Sneak. So I go with the ally switch, thinking maybe he'll do some other attack, and he goes for another Shadow Sneak, this time connecting onto what was Faria, but Amy takes her spot. So that's going to be the end of my Gardevoir. Not really good for me, but I still managed to keep Faria up. So I'm able to stay in this fight for a little bit longer. So Faria comes out, going to go for a Flyinium Z move. It's not priority, but it is going to at least still have the damage output as Supersonic Sky Strike comes out, goes to the sky, Faria takes to the air, and slams down onto the Ursaring. Bam! One shot. Whew! Thank goodness, because if I didn't get that Ursaring, I would have been in big trouble. Now Lala comes out with a Salamence once again. Shiny Salamence, man. All these Pokemon are shiny. But in any case, I have Elizabeth now, so I've got like 2 Pokemon, yep, 2 Pokemon to 3. Aegislash goes for the Shadow Sneak, not able to do anything because of Feeling Majesty. I go for the Flare Blitz because it's the only move I have against that Aegislash. Because I have to use my Play Rough onto the Salamence. That's going to be the end of the Aegislash. Faria hangs on by 9 HP as I go for Play Rough, connects onto Salamence. That's going to be the end of the Mega Salamence, and Impy is up 2 Pokemon to 1. There's only 1 Pokemon remaining, and it is the Serperior. So this is where Impy has to play one final mind game. Which one's he going to target? He's going for the Hidden Power. Going to connect on the Faria. It's not very effective. I don't know what kind of Hidden Power it was. It certainly wasn't Hidden Power Ice. But it's going to shut down Serperior now. And Play Rough comes out. Well, it's not shut down Serperior. But Serperior hangs on with the Hidden Focus Sash after a critical hit from my Play Rough. Elizabeth gets hit by the Hyper Beam. I said this before, if the Serperior had gone for a Leaf Storm, if it had Leaf Storm and shot at Faria would have... Faria's only got 9 HP, so a Leaf Storm from a Serperior would have probably finished off Faria. That would have left, you know, it would have given Serperior just enough damage to finish me off with the Hyper Beam. Lala had a chance to win that right then and there, so... Oh my goodness. If Lala had gone for the... I don't know if that Serperior had Contrary, but if it had and had Leaf Storm, that Hyper Beam would have won if that Leaf Storm had connected. But in any case, that's it for Monday matches. I'll see you Tacticians in future videos. Until next time, bye-bye!
You've reached the point where you can't go on. Just come to me, you'll be safe from harm. If you trust in me, then I'll trust in you. There's nothing more that I need to do. If you put your hands in front of mine, we'll be shining.